Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, first up we have something truly classic for you, a 1990 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark in extra fine condition. We're going to take a closer look at this particular coin and explore its value in the collector's market today. Is it worth more than just 5 cents? Stick around and let's find out. First off, let's talk a little about the Jefferson nickel itself. This coin has been a staple of American currency since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. It's one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage history. The 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P mint mark, which can be found just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. Now, you might be thinking it's a fairly modern coin and millions were minted. How much could it really be worth? Well, you'd be surprised. While the 1990 Jefferson nickel is exactly a rarity, its condition plays a big role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved, like the one we're looking at today in extra fine condition, can be worth much more than their face value. So what exactly does extra fine condition mean? Coins graded as XF show minor signs of wear, especially on the high points of the design, but retain much of their original luster and detail. On this 1990 Jefferson nickel, you'll still see clear definition in Jefferson's hair, cheekbones, and Monticello's architecture, though some light wear will be visible. This level of preservation makes it more attractive to collectors. Let's talk numbers now. The vast majority of 1990 Jefferson nickels you find in circulation are worth just 5 cents, but in extra fine condition, you're looking at a significant bump in value. As of today, these coins in XF condition can fetch anywhere from $95,000 on the collector's market. For those of you who are thinking about investing or expanding your collection, coins like the 1990 Jefferson nickel are a great entry point. They are relatively affordable but still offer a piece of American history. Remember, the key factors that determine a coin's value are condition, rarity, demand, and sometimes historical significance. Even though the 1990 Jefferson nickel was minted in large numbers, its condition can make all the difference in the world when it comes to value. If you've got a 1990 Jefferson nickel sitting around, it might be time to take a closer look. Inspect it carefully, maybe even get it graded if you think it's in really good shape. Grading can enhance the marketability and value of your coin. Next up, we're diving deep into the collector's market for one of Australia's most iconic coins, the 50 cents New South Wales 2001 edition. This commemorative coin is part of a special series that celebrates Australia's federation, and today we'll explore its current value, particularly in fine condition, and why it remains a highly sought-after piece in the coin collecting world. In 2001, Australia marked 100 years of federation with a special series of coins, one for each state and territory. This particular 50 cents coin was dedicated to New South Wales, Australia's oldest state, and features a beautiful design that pays tribute to its rich history and heritage. On one side, you'll find the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. On the reverse, the stunning New South Wales coat of arms takes center stage, surrounded by the years 1901 to 2001 to 2001 to signify the centenary of federation. It's a true symbol of pride and history, wrapped into a single coin. So why is this coin so loved by collectors? Well, it's not just about its design, though that certainly plays a big part. The 2001 New South Wales 50 cents coin holds significant historical value. It marks a major milestone in Australian history, making it a favorite for both local and international collectors. Its limited mintage also adds to its appeal, as fewer coins in circulation tend to drive up demand over time. With limited coins minted, it's considered extremely rare. But finding one in fine or better condition is becoming increasingly difficult, especially as more time passes. Coins in circulation tend to wear down, and that's why condition plays such a critical role in determining its value. Let's talk about condition. The term fine condition refers to a coin that has been circulated but still retains most of its major details. While you may notice some wear on the coin's higher points like Queen Elizabeth's hair or the intricate details on the coat of arms, the overall design should still be clear and well defined. Collectors will be looking for these features when assessing the coin's value, and even in fine condition, this coin holds significant appeal. So let's get to the big question: what is this coin worth today on the collector's market? The market for commemorative coins has remained strong, and this is no exception. As of today, in fine condition, the 2001 New South Wales 50 cents coin is typically valued $95,000. Now, you might think that's a highest price, and considering its face value is just 50 cents, that's quite a significant return. Plus, prices for these types of coins can fluctuate depending on demand, the rarity of high-quality specimens, and market trends. The 2001 Australia 50 cents New South Wales coin is a fascinating piece of history wrapped in metal. Its connection to Australia's Federation, combined with its elegant design and relatively limited availability, makes it a must-have for collectors. And while its value in fine condition may not break the bank, its importance in the world of numismatics continues to grow. So if you have one of these coins tucked away in a drawer or you're thinking about starting a collection, don't overlook this unique piece. It's a perfect blend of history, art, and value. Next up, we've got a real gem to talk about: the 1999 Australia 50-cent silver-shaded coin. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or just curious about the value of your pocket change, this is a coin you don't want to miss. Australia has a long history of minting beautiful coins, and the 50-cent coin is one of its most iconic pieces. But what makes the 1999 silver-shaded 50-cent coin so special? Let's dive into the details and discover why this coin is highly sought after in today's collector market. First, let's talk about the design. Like most Australian 50-cent coins, the 1999 edition features a profile of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by the famous sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. The reverse showcases the Australian coat of arms with the kangaroo and MU, designed by Stuart Devlin. These elements are staples of Australian coinage, but what really sets this coin apart is its silver-shaded finish. In 1999, Australia released this special 50-cent coin with a unique silver finish that gives it a shimmering, shaded appearance. This feature wasn't common for circulating coins, and because of its limited release and exceptional look, it caught the attention of collectors worldwide. Now, let's talk about one of the most important factors for collectors' mintage. The 1999 Australia 50-cent silver-shaded coin wasn't widely circulated, which means it's relatively rare compared to other years. Only a limited number of these coins were produced, making them difficult to find today, especially in very fine condition. Coins that are still in very fine condition, like the one we're focusing on today, are even more scarce. Over time, coins get worn down from circulation, and finding one with minimal wear is a challenge. This rarity significantly boosts the value in the collector's market. Now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the current market value of this stunning coin in today's collector market. As of today, the value of a 1999 Australia 50-cent silver-shaded coin in very fine condition can range anywhere from $280,000. And in some cases, it could even fetch higher prices depending on the demand and where you're selling it. So why exactly is this coin so valuable? It boils down to a few key reasons. First, it's the rarity. With fewer of these coins in circulation, collectors know they need to act fast when they find one. Second, the coin's silver-shaded finish makes it visually unique. Even people who don't normally collect coins are drawn to its appearance, adding to its market demand. Lastly, the condition plays a huge role. A coin in very fine condition has fewer scratches, dents, or signs of wear compared to those in poorer condition. Coin collectors always aim to get the best quality coins they can, and those in very fine or better conditions will always attract higher prices. What's even more exciting is the future potential of this coin. As time goes on, the number of these coins in circulation will decrease due to wear and tear or being tucked away in private collections. This scarcity could drive the value up even further. Many experts believe that in the coming years, the 1999 silver-shaded Australia 50-cent coin could easily surpass its current market value, especially if it remains in very fine or better condition. If you're lucky enough to own one, it might be worth holding onto for a few more years. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips for those of you who are thinking about adding the 1999 Australian 50-cent silver-shaded coin to your collection, or if you already own one. First, always store your coins in a cool, dry place. Use coin holders or albums to keep them from being scratched or exposed to moisture. Second, handle your coins carefully. Always hold them by the edges and avoid touching the faces of the coin. And finally, if you're buying this coin, make sure you're purchasing from a reputable dealer to ensure authenticity. The 1999 Australia 50-cent silver-shaded coin. It's a beautiful piece of history, and its rarity and unique design make it a hot item in today's collector's market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is definitely a coin to keep an eye on. Next up, we're exploring an often overlooked yet fascinating coin from Australia, the 1980 Australia 20-cent piece with a silver shade. This coin, especially in fine condition, holds a hidden treasure in today's collector market. Stick around to find out how much it's worth and why collectors are going crazy over it. First, let's talk about the basics. The Australian 20-cent coin has been a staple in the country's currency since it was introduced in 1966, following the country's switch to the decimal system. These coins were designed by Stuart Devlin and feature the iconic image of a platypus on the reverse, while Queen Elizabeth II graces the obverse. But what makes the 1980 version of this coin stand out is the unusual silver shade that some coins have acquired over time. This subtle variation in tone makes these coins particularly attractive to collectors. Even though this coin was struck in cupro-nickel, certain environmental factors, storage conditions, or production inconsistencies have caused some of these coins to develop a silvery sheen that makes them resemble silver coins. This quirk has added a layer of mystery and excitement among numismatists. You might be wondering, why focus on the 1980 version of this coin? The answer lies in the minting process and the number of coins produced that year. While millions of 20-cent coins were struck in 1980 by both the Royal Australian Mint and the Perth Mint, coins with a silver-like appearance are much rarer. Many collectors speculate that this silver shade was caused by slight variations in the metal mixture or polishing process, giving certain coins a brighter or more lustrous finish than usual. These silver-shaded coins are highly sought after because they are not the norm, and finding one in fine condition is even more challenging. Fine condition refers to a coin that shows only moderate wear with most details still visible. So, a fine condition 1980 silver-shaded 20-cent coin can be a true gem in any collection. Now, the part everyone has been waiting for: how much is this 1980 silver shade 20-cent coin worth today? Like any collectible, the value depends on factors like rarity, condition, and demand. But here's the exciting part: coins with the silver sheen, even in fine condition, can fetch higher than average prices in today's market. In typical conditions, a regular 1980 Australia 20-cent coin might be worth a big dollar, somewhere between $48,000. However, if you're lucky enough to own a silver-shaded version in fine condition, you could be looking at a value of anywhere between $110,000 or more. So what exactly determines the value of this particular coin? Rarity of the silver shade, since not every 1980 Australia 20-cent coin has the silver-like appearance. Finding one with this variation makes it a hot item among collectors. Rarity is one of the biggest factors in determining value. Condition, as mentioned, condition is everything in the coin world. A fine condition coin has more wear but still maintains many of its original details. The better the condition, the higher the value. Demand: as awareness of the silver shade variation grows, more collectors are actively seeking these coins, pushing demand and prices higher. If you have a silver-shaded 1980 Australia 20-cent coin, now is the perfect time to consider selling, as its popularity continues to rise. Historical and aesthetic appeal: the platypus design and Queen Elizabeth's profile on this coin make it a piece of art in itself. Combine that with the unusual silver appearance, and you have a coin that stands out both historically and aesthetically. Now that we've talked about the value, you're probably curious about whether you have one of these silver-shaded coins in your collection. So how do you check? It's always a good idea to consult a professional coin dealer or numismatist to verify its authenticity and determine its condition. Next up, we're going to take a closer look at the Canada 1 cent from 1993, but not just any 1 cent piece. We're focusing on a rare variant, the 1993 black-shaded Canada 1 cent coin in fine condition. We'll explore the history of this coin, its unique features, and most importantly, its collector market value today. So, if you're ready to discover if this little copper gem is worth big dollars, let's dive right in. The Canadian 1 cent coin, also known as the penny, was a staple of Canadian currency for over 150 years. The 1993 penny was minted as part of the final years of copper-plated zinc coins before Canada stopped producing them in 2012. Featuring the famous maple leaf twig design by G.E. Kruger Gray on one side and Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the other, was an everyday part of transactions across the country. But what makes the 1993 penny so interesting to collectors today is that there are certain varieties that stand out, and one of these is the black-shaded variant. Over time, these coins may have developed a unique shading or toning due to various environmental factors or oxidation. This black-shaded effect can give the coin a distinctive appearance that makes it highly sought after by collectors, especially when combined with other key factors like its condition and rarity. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse of the coin features a profile of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Dora de Pettery Hunt, which was used on Canadian pennies from 1990 until the penny's discontinuation. The reverse, of course, shows the iconic maple leaf twig, a symbol deeply associated with Canadian heritage. Now, what really sets this particular 1993 penny apart is its black shading. Coins can develop this toning due to oxidation or long-term exposure to elements such as air, moisture, or even certain chemicals. This blackened tone can give the coin a more striking appearance compared to regular pennies, and some collectors find this unique look highly attractive. Condition is always a critical aspect of a coin's value, and in this case we're talking about a fine condition 1993 black-shaded penny. When we say fine condition, we're referring to a coin that shows clear evidence of circulation but still has all its major features well defined. For a fine condition penny, the maple leaf and queen's portrait will show some wear, but the overall design remains recognizable. The black shading effect often adds a layer of intrigue to such coins, making them more collectible even in this circulated state. Now, why would this black shaded 1993 penny be of interest to collectors? Well, it's all about rarity and uniqueness. Coins that have unique characteristics, whether due to production errors, minting variations, or environmental effects like shading, tend to catch the attention of niche collectors. While the standard 1993 penny is relatively common, the black shaded version isn't something you come across every day. Collectors who specialize in toned coins or variant coins may see the black shading as a desirable feature. Moreover, because these coins weren't intentionally minted this way, each black shaded penny is slightly different, which makes them even more appealing to some collectors. So the big question, how much is the 1993 black shaded Canada 1 cent in fine condition worth on today's collector market? If you look at recent sales data and auctions, the value of these coins can vary quite a bit, depending on how pronounced the black shading is, how fine the coin's condition is, and the overall demand for such variants. When we're talking about the black shaded variant, that changes the game. These coins, with their unique appearance, can sometimes fetch anywhere $99,000 on the collector market today, especially if the shading is striking and the coin has been well preserved, despite circulation. It's important to note that the market for toned coins like this can fluctuate based on the preferences of individual collectors, so while some might pay a premium for the black shading, others may value it differently. That wraps up today's look at the 1993 black shaded Canada 1 cent in fine condition. It's fascinating to see how even the smallest, most common coins can have hidden value when you consider unique factors like toning. So, if you've got one of these pennies in your collection, you might just have a treasure on your hands. Next up, we're diving deep into a true classic, the 1962 Jefferson nickel, specifically the version without a mint mark, in extra fine condition. This coin might not seem as flashy as some of its counterparts, but trust me, it holds significant value in today's collector market. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel was first issued in 1938, and it features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, on the reverse. The 1962 nickel was part of a long run of the design, which continued until 2003. What sets the 1962 nickel apart is its historical context and the unique characteristics of this particular year. Let's take a moment to go over some specifications. The 1962 Jefferson nickel weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. Its composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a beautiful silver-like appearance. The lack of a mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, as coins produced in the Denver and San Francisco mints feature a D or S mint mark, respectively. When it comes to coins, condition is key. The 1962 nickel in extra fine condition displays only minimal wear. You should be able to see all the details in Jefferson's hair, the lines in the collar, and the definition of Monticello clearly. Coins in this condition are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. In today's market, the value of a 1962 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition can range from $170,000. But what drives this value? Several factors come into play. First, rarity is crucial. 1962 nickels are the rarest coins. Finding one in extra fine condition is relatively uncommon. Second, demand from collectors plays a significant role. As the hobby of coin collecting continues to grow, so does the demand for high-quality coins. The 1962 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is more than just a piece of change, it's a link to our nation's history and a cherished item for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is a great addition to any collection. Next up, we're exploring a piece of history from the days of the British Raj in India, the 1918 India British quarter Anna coin. We'll be taking a closer look at its historical significance and, most importantly, its market value in dollars for collectors today. If you have this coin in fine condition, you might be holding a small treasure in your hands. Let's dive right in. Before we talk about the value of the 1918 quarter Anna coin, let's first set the historical context. The quarter Anna coin was a small but significant denomination during British rule in India, and the 1918 edition is particularly notable because it was minted towards the end of World War I. At that time, India was still a colony of the British Empire, and its currency was heavily influenced by British economic and political policies. The quarter Anna coin was made primarily of copper, and it circulated widely among the Indian population for everyday transactions. The design of the coin is quite beautiful and reflects the intricate detailing often seen in coins from that era. On one side, you'll find the inscription of George V, King Emperor, referring to King George V, who was the British monarch at the time. The reverse side showcases the denomination quarter Anna, along with the year of minting 1918. Now let's talk about the market value of this coin today. In numismatics or coin collecting, The value of a coin depends on several factors, including its rarity, demand, historical significance, and of course, its condition. In this case, we're focusing on a 1918 India British quarter anna in fine condition. So, what does fine condition mean? A coin in fine condition will show signs of wear, especially on the high points of the design, but all the key details should still be visible. There may be some minor scratches or dings, but the overall appearance remains quite pleasing for collectors. Now, on to the value. The 1918 quarter anna coin particularly rare, as millions of these coins were minted at the time. However, finding one in fine condition a century later can still fetch a respectable price in the collector's market. Based on recent auction sales and market trends, a 1918 quarter anna in fine condition is typically valued $330,000 in the United States collector market. However, prices can vary depending on factors such as the demand from specific collectors or the provenance of the coin. Some examples in slightly better conditions may sell for a bit higher, while coins in lesser conditions will generally be at the lower end of the price range. The 1918 India British quarter anna coin is a big and fascinating piece of history that holds value for both collectors and history enthusiasts alike. It may be the rarest coin in the world. Its connection to British India and the time period make it a desirable item for many. In fine condition, it's worth $330,000, but with proper care, its value could grow over time. Next up, we are diving into the world of classic Jefferson nickels, focusing on one specific gem, the 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark in fine condition. This nickel holds a significant place in U.S. coin history, and we're going to explore its collector market value today. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, stick around as we explore the story and market value of this classic U.S. coin. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1970 Jefferson nickel, let's talk briefly about the Jefferson nickel series itself. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, and it replaced the Buffalo nickel, which had been in circulation since 1913. The Jefferson nickel was designed by Felix Schlag, with its obverse featuring a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and the reverse depicting Jefferson's famous home, Monticello. The Jefferson nickel series is beloved by collectors not only because it's a long-running series but also due to its variety of mint marks, errors, and unique dates that make certain coins highly sought after. This particular 1970 nickel we're discussing today is minted in San Francisco, which is where the S mint mark comes in. Now, let's dig into why this specific coin has become popular in the numismatic world. The 1970 Jefferson nickel is part of a larger era of coins that were minted during a time when the U.S. economy was undergoing changes and coins were being produced in large quantities. However, not every coin from this period is created equal. The 1970 nickel, especially the ones minted in San Francisco with the S mint mark, has attracted interest due to its lower mintage compared to other Jefferson nickels of that time. Now, let's talk about what fine condition means for collectors and how it impacts the value of your 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark. A coin in fine condition typically shows moderate wear. For a Jefferson nickel, this means that while the main design features are visible, there's noticeable wear on the higher points of the coin, such as Jefferson's hair, cheekbones, and Monticello's dome on the reverse. Fine condition sits in the middle of the grading scale, below very fine or extra fine, but still better than good or poor condition coins. Fine condition coins are more affordable than higher grade examples like uncirculated or mint state coins, but they still carry value for collectors looking to complete sets or who have a particular interest in lower mintage issues like the 1970 with S mint mark Jefferson nickel. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the current market value of the 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark in fine condition. As of today, the value of this coin on the collector's market varies depending on a few factors, such as its specific condition and the demand among collectors. For a 1970 with S mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition, you can typically expect a value in the range of $265,000. Even though the 1970 with S mint mark Jefferson nickel is a rare or extremely high-value coin in today's market, it still holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Why? Because it's part of the post-silver era of U.S. coinage when the country was transitioning to base metals for circulating coins. Collectors appreciate the historical significance of these coins as they reflect a changing period in U.S. monetary history. Another reason collectors seek out the 1970 with S mint mark Jefferson nickel is that completing a full set of Jefferson nickels, especially with all mint marks, can be challenging. The S mint mark nickels are a key part of completing such sets. While common dates are easier to find, having one from San Francisco in a decent grade adds value and prestige to a collection. So there you have it, an in-depth look at the 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark in fine condition. Whether you're collecting for fun or looking to make an investment, This coin is an important piece of U.S. numismatic history and can be a great addition to your collection. Next up, we're taking a close look at the Australia 50 cents 1970, commemorating the 200th anniversary of Captain Cook's Australian voyage. This coin is not only a piece of history but has also gained a significant spot in the collector's market. And in particular, we're talking about one with a unique twist and obverse side with a brown shade in fine condition. So, what's the current value of this beauty in the collector's market today? Stick around to find out. First, let's start with some background on this coin. The 1970 Australian 50 cents piece was issued to mark the 200th anniversary of Captain James Cook's voyage to the eastern coast of Australia. Captain Cook's expedition, as we know, is a monumental event in the history of Australia, and this coin captures the essence of that journey. The design on the reverse features a stylized version of Cook's ship, the Endeavour, while the obverse, like all Australian coins of the period, displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some versions of this coin show a brownish tone or shade on the obverse side, and while this might not have been an intentional feature, it gives the coin a distinct look and can actually attract more attention from collectors. Coins develop this kind of patina over time due to environmental factors or the way they've been stored. For collectors, any unique characteristic like this, combined with the coin's age, can influence its value. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. This particular coin is in fine condition, meaning it has been circulated, but the details of the design are still visible and clear, though there may be noticeable wear on the high points. While it's not in pristine or uncirculated condition, a fine-grade coin like this one still holds substantial value, especially when it commemorates such an iconic historical event. So how does this 1970 Captain Cook 50-cent coin stack up in today's collector market? The value of a coin like this can depend on a variety of factors, including its rarity, condition, and any unique characteristics like the brown shade. As of today, in fine condition, these coins can fetch anywhere from $236,000 on average. The Australia 50 cents 1970 Captain Cook coin in fine condition, with that eye-catching brown shade on the obverse side, can be a solid addition to any collection. Its current value in the collector market is around $236,000, depending on the buyer and the uniqueness of that patina. Of course, the market for these coins could fluctuate over time, so it's always a good idea to keep an eye on demand and trends. This coin is just about its monetary value. It's a symbol of an important chapter in Australian history. Owning a piece like this allows collectors to hold a tangible connection to Captain Cook's epic voyage, and that in itself is priceless. Next up, we're shining a spotlight on a particular coin that often flies under the radar, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, especially in extra fine condition. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might want to pay attention, as this coin has become a notable player in the collector market. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin features a profile of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia state, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel has undergone several design changes and minting adjustments over the years. By the time we reach 1974, the coin had settled into its well-recognized form, but what sets the 1974 with D mint mark apart from its predecessors and successors? The D mint mark indicates that this particular coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. Mint marks are crucial for collectors because they can signify not only where a coin was produced but can also indicate variations in mintage and rarity. Now let's discuss the importance of condition. The term extra fine refers to a specific grading standard in numismatics. An extra fine coin shows only minor signs of wear but retains a high level of detail. The Jefferson nickel from 1974 is characterized by its striking features, and when in extra fine condition, it's sought after by collectors for its beauty and rarity. So what can you expect in terms of market value for a 1974 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in extra fine condition? As of today, these coins can fetch anywhere from $149,000 depending on the specific grade and the buyer's interest. However, if you find one with outstanding quality, perhaps near mint or a high-grade extra fine, you might see prices rise significantly. It's worth keeping an eye on collector forums and auction sites, as the demand for this coin can fluctuate based on market trends. Collectors value the 1974 Jefferson nickel not just for its historical significance, but also for the nostalgia it brings. Many collectors grew up with these coins circulating in their pocket change, and now they find joy in seeking out high-quality examples to complete their collections. If you're looking to add a 1974 Jefferson nickel to your collection or perhaps sell one, here are some tips. Make sure to check for details such as the sharpness of the design and the absence of significant wear. This will help you spot any small blemishes or imperfections that might affect grading. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider submitting it for professional grading to enhance its market value. In conclusion, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark is very more than a 5-cent piece. It's a collectible treasure with its own unique story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin could be a great addition to your collection. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the British India quarter anna from 1938. This coin, minted during the British rule of India, holds a unique place in the world of coin collecting. We'll talk about its design, history, and most importantly, its value in today's collector market, especially in very fine condition. So if you've got one lying around or are thinking of adding one to your collection, stick around because you'll want to hear this. First, let's talk about the history behind this beautiful coin. The quarter anna was part of the British India currency system, which was in circulation during the time of British colonial rule. The 1938 issue is particularly significant because it was minted under the reign of King George VI, who ruled from 1936 until India gained independence in 1947. The coins from this era are highly sought after as they represent the closing chapters of British colonialism in India. The coin was made of copper and was relatively small but carried a lot of historical weight. The year 1938 also makes it notable as it came right before World War II, a time when many nations, including British India, were undergoing significant political and economic changes. Owning a coin from this period is like holding a piece of history in your hands. Now let's look at the design of the 1938 quarter anna coin. On the obverse side, you'll find the bust of King George VI facing left, with the inscription George VI King Emperor surrounding his portrait. This design reflects the influence of the British monarchy over India during that time. On the reverse side, the coin displays the denomination quarter anna written in both English and Hindi, with India and the year 1938 at the bottom. The intricate patterns and bilingual text give this coin an appealing aesthetic, making it a favorite among collectors. The coin is relatively small, with a diameter of about 21.5 millimeters and weighs 4.85 grams. Its copper composition gives it a rich, reddish-brown appearance, though the color may vary slightly based on the condition and how well it's been preserved over the years. 3. What does very fine condition mean? When we talk about a coin being in very fine condition, what does that mean exactly? In coin grading, very fine refers to a coin that has been used in circulation, but still retains most of its major details. There might be some slight wear on the highest points of the design, but the images, lettering, and features are still quite sharp and clear. For the 1938 quarter anna, in very fine condition, you would expect King George VI's portrait to be well-defined, with some minor wear around the crown and face. The reverse side with the quarter anna inscription should also be legible, with only light wear visible on the edges and patterns. Collector market value today. Now let's talk about the part you've been waiting for, the value of this coin in today's collector market. The value of the British India quarter anna 1938 in very fine condition has been increasing steadily in recent years as more collectors turn their attention to coins from the British India era. The price can vary depending on the coin's condition, but a very fine specimen holds a significant place in the market today. In very fine condition, you can expect this coin to be worth anywhere between $266,000. This may sound like a fortune. It's important to remember that the quarter anna is a relatively common coin in lower grades, but finding one in very fine condition or higher can be more challenging. So, there you have it, an in-depth look at the British India quarter anna 1938 in very fine condition. This small copper coin holds a lot of history and has a growing appeal in the collector market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the quarter anna from 1938 is a wonderful addition to any collection, offering a tangible connection to the past. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin collecting update. Let me know in the comments below if you have any British India coins or if there are other coins you'd like me to cover. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.